In the vast landscape of personal development and financial success, one recurring theme echoes loudly: the indispensable role of personal discipline in the pursuit of wealth. While the idea of getting rich may conjure images of overnight success or stroke of luck, the truth is that lasting wealth is built on a foundation of disciplined action. The journey to financial abundance begins with a commitment to self-mastery. From setting clear financial goals to creating a budget and sticking to it, disciplined individuals understand the importance of consistency and self-control in managing their finances. They prioritize saving and investing over instant gratification, recognizing that delayed gratification is the hallmark of financial success. Moreover, personal discipline extends beyond just financial habits. It encompasses all aspects of life, including health, relationships, and personal growth. Disciplined individuals prioritize self-care and well-being, knowing that a healthy body and mind are essential for sustained success. They invest in continuous learning and self-improvement, seeking out opportunities for growth and development in every area of life. While the path to wealth may not always be easy, disciplined action paves the way for enduring prosperity and fulfillment. So if you're ready to embark on the journey to financial abundance, remember this: getting rich is easy when you master the art of personal discipline. Now let me share with you what has been discovered by interviewing self-made millionaires. Self-made millionaires look for something positive in every failure. They say there must be something good in this that I can benefit from, and surprise, surprise, they always find it. Secondly, self-made millionaires always look for the valuable lesson in every setback, obstacle, or temporary failure. And they always find the lesson. What do failures do? They complain, cry, and dwell on what they've lost, blaming others for their problems. Successful people say, what can I learn from this that will make me smarter next time? And I promise you, those who seek, find. If you look for a valuable lesson in the biggest problem you're facing today, you'll always find the lesson. Here's another possibility. Your biggest problem today could be the greatest gift you've ever received, as it may contain the lesson that will make you successful. If you stop thinking about what happened and who's to blame, and start looking for the gift within your problem, it can sometimes transform your life. The next key is to dedicate yourself to continuous learning. What takes you from nothing to wealth is personal development and professional development. In the 20th century, as Peter Drucker says, knowledge and skill are the keys of the 20th century, and the only relevant skill in the 21st century is the ability to learn new skills, because virtually everything you know is becoming obsolete at a rapid pace. Stephen Covey says that your current knowledge base has a half-life of 2 years, meaning half of what you know will be irrelevant in 2 years, and 2 years later another half. So if you're not constantly learning and improving your knowledge and skills, you're not standing still. As Pat Riley, the basketball coach, says, if you're not getting better, you're getting worse. If you're not constantly learning, you're actually falling behind. Here are the 3 keys to continuous learning. First, read in your field for 30 to 60 minutes every day. In other words, turn off the TV, turn off the radio, put aside the newspaper, and just read in your field. The best places to read, by the way, are books written by the most successful people in your field, because books contain a wealth of knowledge that will allow you to operate at a much higher level and achieve much better results than you could before. So read for 30 to 60 minutes a day. I've had people tell me countless times over the years that reading an hour a day has doubled and tripled their income in a year. Second, take every course you can in your field. The courses and seminars available to you in your field, taught by professionals, have been developed for years and years and have been tested over and over again. The person speaking to you for several hours has spent thousands of hours learning their subject. They have tested it with thousands of other people. When you take a course, you can learn enough information in 1 or 2 days more than you could learn in 2 or 3 years or even a lifetime, all distilled and gathered. People say they can't afford a course. You can't afford not to buy books. You can't afford not to go to courses. A few years ago, I had a very successful dentist recommended by a friend. This dentist retired at 53, and just before retiring, he sold his practice for about $2 million. Before retiring, he said to me, about 8 years ago, I attended a dental congress in Hong Kong. He flew from California to Hong Kong to attend this International Dental Congress because there were specialists giving private lectures, sort of plenary sessions. He attended a session on a unique aesthetic surgery technique at a dental conference. This technique, developed by another dentist, allowed for the straightening of a person's entire front jaw to enhance its appearance at a remarkably low cost and with exceptional effectiveness. Upon learning about this groundbreaking technique, the dentist wasted no time in implementing it into his practice. Soon people from far and wide began flocking to him, traveling hundreds of miles just to benefit from this revolutionary procedure. His reputation soared, and soon enough, every dentist in the area was referring their patients to him. With demand skyrocketing, the dentist found himself in a position to set his prices as he saw fit. Before long, he was charging a premium for his services, and his practice became synonymous with excellence in aesthetic dentistry. Fast forward 8 years, and this dentist, now in his early 50s, made the decision to retire as a self-made millionaire. Thanks to the knowledge he acquired from that single session at the conference, he had transformed his career, his financial situation, and his life. Now, you might think this story is an exception, but it serves as a powerful reminder that opportunities can present themselves in unexpected ways. You never know when a piece of information or a chance encounter could change the trajectory of your life forever. So, stay open to learning, be proactive in seeking out new knowledge, and always be ready to seize the opportunities that come your way. Who knows? The next life-changing idea could be just around the corner. The third way to improve your skills is to listen to audio programs in your car. The average driver spends 500 to 1,000 hours a year, covering 25 to 50,000 miles, according to the University of Southern California. If you listen to audio programs in your car, you'll get the equivalent of almost attending college full-time just by listening to learning material while driving. It can completely and profoundly change your life. Very, very importantly, here's an interesting point. The more you commit to being the best person you can be, the more you like and respect yourself, the more energy you have, the bigger goals you set, the more you persist. When you invest in yourself and read, learn, and improve your skills, you're telling yourself, wow, I'm a person with a great future, and it's up to me to maximize my potential. Your self-esteem goes up, your self-respect increases, your sense of personal pride rises, and you start to rise and earn more in all areas of your life. Surround yourself with the right people. This is a key to becoming a self-made millionaire. Dr. David McClelland at Harvard conducted studies for 25 years to understand why some people are highly successful in life. And what he found was that the key to completely transforming the way you think is to change the group of people you surround yourself with. We're like chameleons, absorbing through our skin the attitudes, opinions, behaviors, dress styles, and ways of speaking of the people we associate with most of the time. If you start to associate mainly with winners, you'll notice they have a completely different outlook. They're positive, optimistic, focused, always learning, growing, and confident in what they do. And amazingly, you start to adopt those characteristics. Another key is to be prepared to go from peak to peak. Life is not a continuous train. It always has ups and downs like climbing and descending a mountain. Everything in life is cycles and trends. There are upward and downward cycles and trends. The question is, what is the general direction of your trend? Life involves 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Successful people focus on the 2 steps forward and cushion the fall, so that every time they step back, they're still further ahead than they were before. Another important aspect is to develop resilience and bounce back ability. This skill is crucial for self-made millionaires, as most things won't work out as expected. You'll face setbacks over and over again, and the key is to bounce back instead of breaking down. Learn to apply the mental rehearsal technique. Mentally prepare for adversity before it happens. Decide not to be upset, angry, or frustrated when something goes wrong. Learn from it. Get up and move on. Remember that facing problems is a constant part of life. The key is not to avoid problems, but to be proactive in seeking solutions. Superior people, according to 30 years of research, excel in how they respond to crises and handle problems. They don't allow problems to affect them emotionally, but intensely focus on finding solutions. One last important piece of advice. Take your main goal and turn it into a clear question. For example, if your goal is to double your income, ask yourself, what can I do to double my income in the next 12 months? Then, write down at least 20 answers. This exercise, called Mindstorming of the 20 Ideas Method, has transformed the lives of many people and led to the creation of millionaires. Once you have your answers, choose one and act on it immediately. This will keep you thinking and acting creatively all day long. Another key element to becoming a self-made millionaire is to adopt unwavering optimism. Optimists possess a unique outlook on life. They consistently focus on what they desire, seeking the silver lining in every situation, and eagerly embracing valuable lessons along the way. Their minds are like sponges, constantly absorbing great ideas that broaden their horizons and open up new possibilities. It's this unwavering optimism that propels them to learn more, explore new avenues, and persevere in the face of adversity. Maintaining a steadfast focus on your goals and cultivating an attitude of unwavering optimism is key to navigating the path to success. Decide unequivocally that once you've set your sights on achieving wealth, nothing will deter you from reaching that goal. Understand that setbacks and challenges are inevitable on this journey. Like a determined football player maneuvering down the field, you may encounter obstacles, shifts, and setbacks, but your eyes remain fixed on the ultimate prize. Now, let's explore two critical qualities exhibited by self-made millionaires: courage and persistence. Fear of failure often stands as the biggest barrier to success. However, courage serves as the antidote to this fear. To succeed, you need two types of courage: the courage to take that initial leap into the unknown and the courage to persevere despite setbacks. The first requires you to dive in without the safety net of guarantees, embracing action and learning along the way. The second type of courage is the determination to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you may stumble or fall. Decide in advance that giving up is not an option for you. Make a commitment to yourself that regardless of the challenges you face, you will never waver in your pursuit of success. Interestingly, when you firmly establish this mindset, you'll find yourself resiliently bouncing back from setbacks time and time again. With courage and persistence as your guiding lights, you'll navigate the twists and turns of your journey with unwavering resolve, ultimately emerging victorious in your quest for wealth and success. Personal discipline is the master key to wealth. It's the ability to make yourself do what you should do when you should do it, regardless of how you feel. Self-discipline is the quality that will make you a great success. It's the ability to force yourself to do what you know you should do. Persistence is self-discipline in action. Every time you persist, you build your self-discipline. Every time you practice self-discipline, you build your ability to persist. Both are linked to your self-esteem. The more you persist, the more you like yourself, and the more you like yourself. The more discipline you have and the more discipline you practice, the more you like yourself. As a result, you persist more until you reach a higher spiral where you become absolutely unstoppable. You reach the point where you know you can achieve the goal and nothing in the world can stop you. Every step you take forward makes you stronger and stronger until finally people say one thing about him or her: you can't stop him or her. Once they've decided they want something, they won't stop until they get it. Developing that quality will make nothing seem impossible. So let me leave you with these last points. We are living in the greatest time in all of human history. More people are going to make more money in the next few years than has been made in all of human history. More people will become millionaires and are becoming millionaires today at a faster rate than we ever thought possible. And no one is better than you, and no one is smarter than you. And if you do what other self-made millionaires do, then nothing in the world can eventually stop you from achieving the same results as other self-made millionaires. And I hope you do. A beautiful line I read not long ago says, "The best way to predict the future is to create it," which means having a vision. And though the vision may be in the air or in the sky, build a foundation under your dreams. And when you see men and women emerging from poverty and darkness to fame and renown, invariably you see someone who had a vision of what they could be, have, and do. That was far beyond what they were. Ben Trigo, the strategic thinker, said the worst thing in the world is to efficiently do what doesn't need to be done at all. Many of us work very, very hard to efficiently do what doesn't need to be done at all. Anyone who has had employees will tell you that every day you find your employees doing something very diligently, but is completely irrelevant to the success of the business. So focus on results. Here's a key question to ask yourself in your work life. I think it's one of the most important key questions I'll give you. I'll give you two. Number one, what results are expected of me? Not what activities, but what results or what outputs am I supposed to generate in my work? The second question you can ask yourself is, why am I on the payroll? Why am I on the payroll? What results are expected? The results expected of us in sales are sales, and the only time we are working is when we are doing something that directly contributes to that result. Not true. But of course, why do we do other things? I've come to the conviction that the reason we do other things is because they are fun and easy rather than being difficult and necessary. I think the main reason people fail in life is due to the convenience factor, that we always do and always take the fastest and easiest route to get the things we want. But the fastest and easiest route in life is almost always the route to failure. It's short-term gain for long-term pain. We do it because it's something comfortable and easy today instead of what's difficult and necessary, and then we have to do what's difficult and necessary at the end of our lives when it's too late. And you'll find that the willingness and the ability to discipline yourself to be clear about what you want, to be clear about where you're heading, to be clear about the results expected of you to achieve, and then just work on those results. The ability to discipline yourself to do so is absolutely crucial for success. It's impossible to conceive of a successful person who isn't able to discipline themselves to do what's difficult and necessary instead of what's fun and easy. And especially when it comes to managing your time, when it comes to seeing what you should do day by day, focus on the results, not the activities. Now let me give you a method that has helped me. Write down your goals. All goals have to be in writing. By the way, if you don't have them written down, then they're really not goals at all. They're just wishes. And as they say, a wish is just a goal without any energy behind it. Have your goals in writing, write them down very specifically and clearly, and then do this every morning. Rewrite your major goals in the first person singular as if they already exist. Rewrite your major goals every morning. This should take you about 2 to 5 minutes. You can do it all in one paragraph. For example, if your goal is to earn $50,000 a year, every morning write, I earn $50,000 a year. If your goal is to excel in real estate, write, I am an excellent seller in my field. If your goal is to weigh a certain number of pounds, if your goal is to enjoy a certain type of life, write your major goals in the first person singular as if they already exist today every morning. And then every evening, take about 5 or 10 minutes instead of watching TV. Just before you turn it on, say, wait a second, I have to check my progress. And sit down and review what you've done during the day. And ask yourself, what have I done well today? What have I done that has brought me closer to my goals? And the second question is, what would I do differently if I had to live today again? Those 4 steps: writing and rewriting your goals every morning, reviewing them at night and asking yourself those 2 questions. What did I do well that brought me closer to my goals today? And what would I do differently if I had the day to live again? If you ask yourself those 2 questions over the next 30 days, you'll achieve more than you've achieved in the last 6 months. This is the most incredible method I've seen. I learned it a few years ago. Just rewrite your goals every morning. The only problem with goals is that we don't set enough of them and we don't set them high enough. You can have everything. Whatever you want, imagine you can have everything you want. Anything you can keep in your mind continuously, you can have it. Anything you're crystal clear about wanting and willing to pay the price to get it, you can have it. So clarity is the key. Have clarity about what you want. Have clarity about what you have to do to get it. Have clarity about your vision. Speak, walk, talk, and act with clarity. And that's the final point regarding clarity. In conclusion, remember that getting rich is not about luck or chance. It's about personal discipline and deliberate action. By mastering the art of discipline, you hold the key to unlocking the doors of wealth and abundance. It's a journey that requires dedication,